Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale. If you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure.
You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut.
So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Doing another Weyerbacher Imperial beer that was given to me by Jeremy and Jason, ex-Power user in Persian Lab. Thanks, guys, for the beer. Another beer that Jay, they also gave him to Jay, and he is like 2 days ahead of me on the 13, and now we're on to the 14. Obviously, the 14th anniversary ale says 1995 to 2009. It's a little bit different. Actually, it's a lot different than the 13. It says, to honor 14 years of making craft beer, we decided to brew a wheat wine ale. This unfiltered brew is made with over 50% wheat to give it distinctly spicy character. Enjoy it now, or if you have patience, give it some time in your cellar, which I did, because this has been chilling out in my cellar since August, and it's December. So, without any further ado, I'm just going to get straight to the pouring here. I checked some online, and different beer websites said you can use either a snifter or oversized wine glass, which is what this is. I saw Jay swirled up the sediment, you know, if it's a wheat beer. I don't really see any in there, but it's like this, a very, like a orange, kind of rusty color. It's very hazy, you can't see through that at all. I can't see if there's any sediment or whatever. Not much of a head on there. Okay, so I get a very familiar kind of wheat beer scent on here. It's got a little bit of spice on the nose. I did get like that strong alcohol presence, almost like rubbing alcohol. Yeah, it's like, I can smell, like, it's very subtle, but it's kind of like your banana and clove kind of scent. So, enough about that, let's start drinking. Well, I mean, this to me tastes, for the most part, like a fairly normal wheat beer, but with the alcohol jacked way, way up. It reminds me a little bit of Sam Adams had an Imperial White. Well, they still have it. Sam Adams Imperial White, which I believe was like 10% ABV. This is tasting very similar to that. Up front, I'm getting like this kind of rich kind of sweetness, almost like a caramel. A little bit of fruitiness in there, like kind of a plum or fig almost. And then it finishes with like a real dry alcoholic kick. A little bit of spice there too. I'm not really sure which spices they are. Maybe coriander, maybe orange peel. I think it's actually, this beer would have been outstanding if it wasn't such a big and huge imperial beer. 11.8%, that's pretty hefty. Because I can tell that there's like a lot of flavor, but it just, like, the alcohol is like kind of obscuring everything. As far as the drinkability, it's like, it's a very thick, kind of heavy, chewy mouthfeel. It's smooth, you know, it's not like a hard beer to drink, but I guess because like of the alcohol and like the spicy content, it's, you know, like you couldn't exactly slam this down. I just wish they had it a little bit more in the taste department, because the alcohol is overwhelming the palate. It's not bad at all, though. I mean, it's pretty, for as much as an Imperial can be, I was gonna say it's actually a little refreshing, which, you know, it's kind of a oxymoron, you know, refreshing Imperial beer. You know, I like it, but I'm not like super crazy about it. You know me, I'm not a big fan of big beers in general. You know, 7-8% ABV is good enough for me after that. Unless it's like a really good beer, I tend to shy away from them. So I'm going to go, you know, fairly low on this one. I'm going to give it a 6. it's an above average. It's a good. I mean, it's like it's a pretty good beer. A 7's a good beer. A 6 is like an above average, pretty good beer. So it's like it's like a B- or so. I can honestly recommend. I can honestly give it at least a thumb up. But it's not super impressed me or anything. Try it if you want. This particular bottle was $3. I'd say it's $3 for one bottle. It's worth drinking once. Like as an after dinner, alternative to dessert or whatever. So I can feel the alcohol going to me already, and I'm a pretty big dude. So, anyways, Weyerbacher 14. I give that a 6 out of 10. It's an okay beer. So if you like big beers, you'll probably like this one.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.